When Rory McIlroy's US Open round went badly at Oakmont, he was seen smashing a tee box and throwing his club in frustration. McIlroy, who lost to Bryson DeChambeau at Pinehurst No. 2 last year, came into this week hoping to win his second US Open and sixth major championship after completing the career Grand Slam with a Masters victory in April. But for the Hollywood star, who shot 4 over par 74 in the opening round, it hasn't been a great start. With 2 double bogeys in his opening 3 holes, his second round got off to a terrible start, necessitating a great turnaround on day 2. At the par 4 ninth hole, McIlroy finally added a much-needed birdie to his scorecard as the cut line started to elude him. He was surely hoping for more as he turned the corner. At the 10th hole, he made a par, but 2 holes later, his rage erupted. McIlroy attempted to reach the par 5 12th hole in 2 after a spectacular tee shot down the middle of the fairway, but a misdirected second shot pushed his ball into the dense rough on the left side of the green. According to the Mirror US, the world number 2 was obviously upset and responded by hurling his club in rage. After gathering himself, he put himself within striking distance of the weekend with a birdie on the 15th, but his Friday was far from finished. McIlroy chose to take his fury out on the tee box by breaking his shot with his club after pulling his ball to the left while standing on the reachable par 4 17th hole. After a chip from the sand and a 2-putt, McIlroy barely made it to par, hovering on the brink of the cut line with just 1 hole left. With a birdie on the 18th, McIlroy secured his weekend spot, pushing him to 6 over for the event and sitting at T45 with 12 players going into the moving day. Previously, the cut appeared to land at 7 over. McIlroy has had yet another difficult week and appears to be dealing with the aftereffects of a Masters hangover. He became one of only 6 players in golf history to win all 4 major championships, and his victory at Augusta National was nothing short of sensational. He has had a varied bag of results after that victory, including finishing tied 47th at the PGA Championship back on the major circuit and tying for 8th at the Truist Championship. At last week's RBC Canadian Open, McIlroy returned to the fairways in anticipation of some US Open preparation, but after 2 tough rounds, he failed to make the cut in Toronto. In a stretch of performance that has taken many by surprise, especially in the majors, Oakmont has persisted in trying his patience. "I think it's trying to have a little bit of amnesia and forget what happened 6 weeks ago," said McIlroy earlier this week when asked about his mindset following his Masters victory. "After that, I'm just looking for the drive to return to the workforce and put in the same amount of effort as before. From October of last year until April of this year, I put in a ton of effort into improving my game. It was satisfying to see everything come to pass and to see the results of my labor. However, you must also take pleasure in that. You must take pleasure in your recent accomplishment. That's what I feel like I'm still doing, and I'll keep doing it. You have to realize that there is still some golf to be played this season. The Ryder Cup, Portrush, and these are the 3 main events that I'm essentially looking at for the remainder of the year. But I think weeks like Quail Hollow or even weeks like last week, it makes it easier to reset in some way, to be like, okay, I sort of need to get my stuff together here and get back to the process and sort of what I've been doing for that 7 months from October last year until April this year.